There was an uproar regarding MSP, farmers on agitation, demand for legal guarantee of MSP placed before the government. La Nina changed the level of air quality, PM 2.5 level reduced in Delhi, information revealed in research. Bubonic plague returns in America. The first case came to light after 2005. This disease is known as Black Death. Supreme Court gave historic decision. According to the 1996 decision, the definition of forests will remain intact, changes in many rules. And Vader bird seen for the first time in India. This bird is known as spur-winged lapwing, native to the African Mediterranean region. These days, MSP, that is Minimum Support Price, remains the center of discussion. Farmers across the country are protesting for the legal guarantee of MSP. Along with this, according to Dr. M.S. Swaminathan Commission's report, determining crop prices and other demands are included. Actually, the Swaminathan Commission's report states that the government should increase MSP by at least 50% over the comprehensive cost of production. This is also known as the C2 plus 50 formula. It includes the estimated cost of capital and the rent on land, referred to as C2, to provide farmers with a 50% return. MSP is the guaranteed amount provided to farmers when the government buys their produce. Its purpose is to ensure remunerative prices for producers of their crops and to promote crop diversification. It is based on the recommendations of the CACP, which considers factors such as production cost, demand and supply, market price fluctuations, intercrop price parity, etc. The CACP is an attached office of the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. It was established in January 1965. It recommends MSP for 22 essential crops and fair and remunerative prices for sugarcane. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, chaired by the Prime Minister of India, takes the final decision on MSP levels. Recently, the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology released a new study. According to the research, during the winter of 2022, the air quality in some Indian cities was affected due to La Nina. This is the first time that air quality in Indian cities has been linked to the occurrence of La Nina. According to the study, changes in the density of PM 2.5 were observed in northern Indian cities, especially Delhi, from October to January. In Delhi, a reduction of approximately 10% in the quantity of 2.5 was recorded. In Mumbai, there was an increase of 30% in the concentration of PM 2.5, and in Bangalore, there was an increase of 20%. Due to this, meteorological factors like temperature, humidity, heaviness in air, wind, and lower parts of the atmosphere were affected. La Nina means little girl in Spanish. It is also commonly referred to as anti-El Nino or a cold event. This geological phenomena occurs due to the lower pressure of air on the surface of the Pacific Ocean region. Various reasons are attributed to its occurrence, with the most common being the trade winds, which result in a significant decrease in sea surface temperature. Its direct impact is felt on temperatures worldwide, causing them to drop below average. During La Nina, extremely humid conditions occur in northern Australia and Southeast Asia. This can lead to heavy rainfall in Indonesia and surrounding areas, whereas drought-like conditions become in Ecuador and Peru. In India, this period is characterized by severe cold and rainfall as well. Recently, a case of bubonic plague has been reported in the United States. This is the first confirmed case of bubonic plague since 2005. According to media reports, the individual contracted the disease from a pet cat. Notably, this disease is spread in Europe in the 14th century, causing the deaths of over 5 million people in Europe alone. Because of this, it was named the Black Death. Let us tell you that bubonic plague is an infectious disease caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis. It is a zoonotic bacterium typically found in small mammals such as rats, mice, and their fleas. The disease spreads through the bites of infected fleas among these animals. Humans can also contract the disease through contact with these animals. This bacterium affects the lymph nodes, blood, and lungs of humans. Symptoms typically appear within 1 to 7 days of infection. Infected individuals may experience chills, sudden fever, weakness, vomiting, and nausea, along with swelling of the lymph nodes. Treatment is possible through antibiotics. However, currently there is no vaccine available for this disease. Recently, scientists have identified a quantum-based modeling system. Researchers believe that this model system can help understand unusual behavior in materials near to a quantum critical points. This system could prove helpful in understanding complex quantum computing. It involves extensive studies on silicon and other metals. The current study focuses on quantum critical metal insulator transitions, which are local in nature and occur at 0 Kelvin. In this study, researchers have developed a model system that encompasses a wide range of quantum critical points. Let us tell you that quantum computing is a process used to solve complex problems for traditional computers. It relies on qubits for the operation and resolution of multidimensional quantum algorithms. A qubit is a fundamental unit of quantum information. It is analogous to classical bits, which can only be 0 or 1. Qubits can be implemented using various physical systems such as trapped ions, photons, or superconducting circuits. Quantum computers can perform computations at much faster speeds through superposition and entanglement. Quantum computers can also break widely used encryption schemes. Recently, scientists have discovered unique properties in multiferrous material for energy-efficient data storage. Researchers have explored these properties in a new mineral called MnBi2s4 using magnetic ordering. MnBi2s is known as a mineral gratinite and is part of the ternary manganese chalcogenide family. Its identification was done using high-resolution neutron diffraction, showcasing various magnetic structures including spin density waves, cycloidal and helical spin structures. This discovery demonstrates strong correlations between magnetism and electrical polarization. The unique mechanism operated by magnetic domains represents a success in magnetoelectric coupling, which can exhibit a similar phenomena at room temperature. During the writing process could revolutionize data storage by reducing energy consumption. These logic memory systems could assist in the development of devices that offer additional flexibility for device performance compared to current binary logic systems. Let us inform you that magnetoelectric multiferrous are a rare and unique material with significant properties which has made them popular in research fields. These extraordinary materials exhibit both magnetism and electrical conductivity simultaneously. They are utilized in spintronics, electronic memory devices, actuators, switches, and other electronic and advanced technologies. Recently, the African Mediterranean wader bird has been seen for the first time in India. It was identified during the Hyderabad bird race, where it was spotted by bird watchers participating in the race at Amavari Pet Lake near Warangal. Ornithologists believe that wader bird has never been seen in the Indian subcontinent. Let us tell you that the wader bird is native to North Africa, the Middle East, and the Mediterranean region. Its scientific name is Vanellus spinosus. It is commonly called spur-winged lapwing. It is known for its black and white color as well as thin black strip on its throat, whereas its beak is thin, black, and medium length. In this, the wings of males and females are found to be different in length. Spur-winged lapwing is similar to other local lapwings such as Chochelable lapwing, white-tailed lapwing, and northern lapwing. The sparrow-winged lapwing is found in open fields where there is very little or no vegetation. This species is especially found in farms, parks, ponds, reservoirs, and on beaches. It usually makes sound during flight. Therefore, it is considered a noisy bird. It is listed as the least concerned species in the IUCN Red List. Recently, the 14th Conference of the Parties to the Convention on Migratory Species was held. It was hosted in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. Several proposals and action plans related to the conservation of migratory species were adopted during this conference. Agreement was reached on adopting listing proposals for 14 migratory species. An international single species action plan named African Eurasian Migratory Land Birds Action Plan has been adopted to improve the conservation status of migratory land bird species in the African Eurasian region. This serves as a key tool developed under the auspices of agreements on the conservation of Afro-Eurasian migratory water birds. Its objective is to implement coordinated measures to restore the conservation status of migratory water bird species. During the same period, a single species action plan was adopted for the conservation of the hawksbill turtle in Southeast Asia and the Western Pacific region. This species was included in Appendix 1 of CMS in 1985. It was listed as critically endangered under the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species in 2008. Angel sharks have been included in this plan. This plan has been protected from both appendices of the CMS due to increasing human activities in the Mediterranean Sea. Let us inform you that during this conference, an initiative for the Central Asian Flyway was adopted, which was introduced by India. This initiative led by India has garnered support from non-profit organizations like BirdLife International and 30 other governments, including countries ranging from Russia to the Maldives. The objective of this initiative is to restore the favorable conservation status of migratory species. It aims to assist in their ecological connectivity within the flyway. The flyway is a geographical area within which a group of migratory species completes its annual cycle, including breeding, molting, staging, and non-breeding. It covers a large continental area of Eurasia between the Arctic and the Indian Oceans and associated island chains. There are 9 flyways in the world covering 30 countries in North, Central, and South Asia and Trans-Caucasus. Recently, the Supreme Court delivered a historic verdict regarding forests, in which the court interpreted the term forest. The Supreme Court had challenged the Forest Conservation Amendment Bill 2023. While delivering the verdict, the court has instructed all states and union territories to maintain the decisions made by the Supreme Court in the case of T. N. Gondavarman, Thirumulpad vs. Union of India 1996. Notably, T. N. Gondavarman, Thirumulpad is a historic environmental case in India. In the Godavarman case of 1996, the Supreme Court imposed a nationwide ban on the felling of trees. Additionally, it was also ruled that the Forest Conservation Act would apply to all lands either designated as forest or falling within the definition of forest as defined by dictionaries. This case is commonly known as the Godavarman case. It was initiated as a public interest litigation by retired forest officer T. N. Godavarman Thirumulpad in the Supreme Court of India. The petitioner expressed concerns about the loss of forest land due to various developmental activities such as mining, quarrying, and construction. These developmental activities were being carried out without proper environmental clearance. According to the latest figures, forests cover 24.62% of the total geographical area in India. In terms of area, Madhya Pradesh has the largest forest area in the world. Following that are Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Maharashtra. Recently, UNESCAP, that is United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, has released a report. The report found that the Asia-Pacific region is lagging behind in achieving SDG 17 targets. If we continue to grow at the current pace of growth, the region will not attain the 17 SDGs until 2062 or will be 32 years behind schedule. At the current pace, the region will be able to achieve only 1/3 of the required progress by 2030. According to statistics, only 11% of the SDG targets are on track. Sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Whereas SDG, that is Sustainable Development Goals, is a group of 17 goals, the objective of which is to achieve all the goals by the year 2030. These goals are designed to address a variety of issues including eradicating poverty, healthcare and education, reducing inequality, stimulating economic growth, climate change, and protecting our oceans and forests. It was adopted by all the member countries of the United Nations in the year 2015. Recently, the Tamil Nadu government presented the state budget for the year 2024-25. A new scheme called Tea and Shore was announced. The objective of this scheme is to enhance coastal biodiversity conservation and improve the livelihoods of coastal communities. Additionally, it aims to control pollution in coastal areas. The Tea and Shore Scheme is also known as the Nachal Mechi Iyakkam. It is a scheme to restore the coastal resources of Tamil Nadu spanning 1076 kilometers. This scheme will focus on the restoration of mangroves, coral reefs and saline marshlands. Additionally, it will benefit from the capacity of the blue economy. It is considered crucial for the marine environment and coastal economy. This scheme will also help in achieving Sustainable Development Goal 14, that is, life below water. Let us tell you that blue economy is the sustainable use of marine resources that encourages better management of oceans and aquatic resources. Its objective is to improve human welfare and social equity and reduce environmental risk and imbalances in ecosystems. The blue economy operates as a mechanism for the economic development of marine resources. It encompasses activities such as shipping, oil, gas, minerals, and mining. It not only generates new opportunities in the market but also provides new opportunities for the conservation and development of non-living marine resources. Recently, a report related to women's labor force participation was shared. This report was administered through UNICEF's Yuva and U-Report digital community. The study targeted young people aged 18 to 29. The study included questions affecting young women's participation in the workforce. It includes factors that influence their decision to work, such as marriage, priority of traditional, non-traditional job roles, working from home, etc. According to the survey, 47% of decisions involving women are made by their parents or other family members. The report found that 37% of women make decisions for their dreams and aspirations themselves. Currently in India, women's labor force participation has decreased from 30% in the last 2 decades to 24%. According to the World Inequality Report 2022, men occupy 82% of labor income in India, while women's share of labor income is only 18%. Women's participation in the labor force is directly related to economic development. When a significant portion of the female population is underutilized, it results in a potential loss of productivity and economic output. Increasing women's participation in the labor force can contribute to higher overall household income and overall economic prosperity. Recently, Niti Aayog released a draft related to the security of senior citizens. In this proposal, the focus is mainly on ensuring the security of the elderly in 4 sectors: health, social, economic and digital. According to Niti Aayog, addressing the shortcomings in the facilities available to senior citizens can ensure their security. According to the data, 78% of the elderly in the country do not have any pension facility. Only 18% of the elderly have health insurance, while 20% of the elderly suffer from mental illness. According to the report, by the year 2030, more than 15 crore population in the country will be above 60 years of age. At present, the elderly constitute 10% of the total population of India. The Niti Aayog has also provided a model for economic and health security for the elderly in developed countries in its proposal. In this, there is a law for employment in Japan until the age of 65, so that the elderly can also contribute to the productivity of the country. According to the proposal of the Niti Aayog, employment should be created based on the experience of the elderly for their economic security, and the scope of pensions should be increased. It has also been suggested that the government should consider the reverse mortgage scheme to increase cash flow for senior citizens. Under the reverse mortgage scheme, the elderly can borrow a certain amount for a specified period by pledging their property to the bank. After the news, now let's take a look at 5 questions related to the bulletin. Question first. Consider the following statements with reference to Vader bird. First, its scientific name is Vanellus spinosus. Second, it is native bird of Australia. Third, it is listed at least concern in the IUCN Red List. How many of the above statements are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none of these. Second question. Consider the following statements with reference to hawksbill turtle. First, this species is listed in Appendix 1 of CMS. Second, it is protected as critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. Third, it is found in tropical and subtropical oceans. How many of the above statements are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none of these. Third question, consider the following statements with reference to bubonic plague. First, it is a non-communicable disease. Second, its main carrier is a bacteria called Yersinia pestis. Third, it affects the lymph glands of humans. How many of the above statements is or are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, none of these. Fourth question, consider the following statements with reference to La Nina. First, it literally means little girl in Spanish. Second, its other name is El Vios. Third, during this event, high air pressure is created on the surface of the equatorial Pacific Ocean. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of these. Fifth question, consider the following statements with reference to Tea and Shore scheme. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. Second, its objective is to promote the conservation of coastal biodiversity. Third, it is known as Nathal Mechi Yakkam. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none of these. Recently, India contributed US $1 million to the Poverty and Hunger Alleviation Fund. The objective of this fund is to reduce poverty and hunger. This fund has been established by India, Brazil, and South Africa. Each country involved contributes $1 million annually to the fund for transformative projects in developing countries. This fund was established in the year 2004, whereas its operation started from 2006. Let us tell you that till now India has contributed more than $18 million to this fund. Recently, it has been announced that the 58th Gyanpith Award will be given to famous Urdu poet and lyricist Gulzar and Sanskrit scholar Jagadguru Rambhadracharya. This award will be given to eminent writers of two languages for 2023. Let us tell you that Gyanpith Award was established in the year 1961. This award is given every year for outstanding contribution to Indian literature. It is considered the highest literary honor of the country. Under this, a prize money of 11 lakh and a statue of Vagdevi and citation are given. It is noteworthy that in the year 2022, this award was given to Damodar Mojo. Recently, the third meeting of AITIGA, that is ASEAN-India Goods Trade Agreement Joint Committee, was organized in New Delhi. Representatives of ASEAN countries participated in this meeting. In the same meeting, the subcommittees reviewed the joint committee related to market access, origin and standard rules, and also reported progress and results of discussions related to technical regulations and conformity assessment procedures. Let us tell you that India-ASEAN group trade has increased to $131.58 billion in 2022-23. The review of AITIGA will help in expanding trade between India and ASEAN in a balanced and sustainable manner. Both sides aim to complete the review in 2025. It is noteworthy that the fourth meeting of the AITIGA Joint Committee will be held in Malaysia in 2024. Let us tell you that AITIGA was signed in 2009. A total of 8 subcommittees have been constituted under the AITIGA Joint Committee to negotiate various policy areas related to this agreement. Recently, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated the 3-day defence exhibition MTEX24 as part of Milan 2024 in Visakhapatnam. It reflects India's efforts towards self-reliance in the defence sector. It showcases the latest advances in naval technology such as shipbuilding, communication systems, cybersecurity, and sustainable energy solutions developed by Indian industry. Indian defence production, defence startups, defence public sector undertakings, and Indian naval organizations are participating in it. The exhibition promotes collaboration and knowledge exchange between industry leaders, researchers, and defense professionals. Recently, the Ministry of Entrepreneurship inaugurated the National Entrepreneurship Development Project in Sambalpur, Odisha. This initiative has been launched in 9 cities including Bhopal, Kanpur, Indore, Varanasi, Bharatpur, Shillong, Silchar, Dibrugarh, and Guwahati. This project has been prepared for the beneficiaries of PM Swanidhi Yojana. This National Entrepreneurship Development Project underlines the government's strong commitment to promote job providers across the country. It aims to provide comprehensive entrepreneurship training to individuals in line with the vision of creating job providers rather than job seekers. This initiative focuses on reskilling and upgrading the workforce to enhance their competitiveness and adaptability in the age of growing technology. Recently, scientists have discovered a unique species of green anaconda in the Amazon rainforest. Scientists discovered it on the basis of genomic analysis. This revealed the green anacondas are two genetically distinct species which were previously considered a single species. Its first known species is Inectus murinus, which is found in Peru, Bolivia, French Guiana, and Brazil. The second newly identified species is Inectus akayama, which is found in Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Trinidad, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. Let us tell you that green anaconda is considered to be one of the heaviest and longest snakes in the world, whose length is about 26 feet. It is found mainly in the rivers and wetlands of South America. It is famous for its fast speed and ability to catch and swallow large prey. Recently, the Union Cabinet has approved the Flood Management and Border Area Program. Let us tell you that this is a centrally sponsored scheme. The scheme has been approved to continue with an outlay of Rs 4,100 crore for a total period of 5 years from 2021-26. An outlay of Rs 2,940 crore. Central assistance will be provided to state governments for taking up critical works related to flood control, anti-erosion, drainage development, and anti-sea erosion, among others. Recently, the central government has approved the proposal to continue the umbrella scheme on women's safety for 2025-26 at a total cost of Rs 1,180 crore. The Union Cabinet took this decision to curb the incidents of crimes against women in the country. Under this, the 24-hour emergency helpline service 112 will be expanded, and 6 cyber forensic science laboratories will be established in Pune, Chandigarh, Kolkata, Delhi, Kamrup, and Bhopal for timely investigation. Recently, the Union Cabinet has approved amendments to the existing foreign direct investment policy in the space sector. Under this amendment, 100% FDI has been allowed in the space sector. Its objective is to attract potential investors to invest in Indian companies in the space sector. Let us tell you that in the revised policy, the limit of FDI through automatic route in satellite manufacturing and operation, satellite data product and ground and user segment has been capped at 74%. 49% FDI will be allowed for construction of launch vehicles and related systems or subsystems and space ports for launching and receiving spacecraft. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated the countrymen on the occasion of Samakka Saraka Medaram Jatra. Let us tell you that it is considered one of the biggest tribal festivals. It is a tribal festival in honor of gods and goddesses celebrated in the Telangana state of India. It recounts the fight for a mother and daughter, Samaka and Saralamma, against rulers' unjust rule. It is believed that after the Kumbh Mela, Medaram Jatra attracts the highest number of devotees in the country. It is celebrated in Medaram at the time when it is believed that the gods and goddesses of the tribals come to meet them.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.